In this subject, we have divided our course into 8 modules, and depending on the topic contents, each module again have been divided by few lectures. Finally, I have planned to complete the course of control system by 25 lectures. Hello everybody. In the last lecture, I have discussed the some numerical solution of Routh-Harjovic criterion. Today, I am starting 12th lecture of course on control system 1. Now, in the present lecture, I am going to introduce PI, PD and PID controller. I will try to cover basic concepts of PI, PD and PID control. The objectives are the student will be able to understand classification of control system and understand the steady state, time response and frequency response analysis. Course outcome: modeling physical system using transfer function to analyze system dynamic and steady state behavior. What is a controller? A controller is a mechanism that seeks to minimize the difference between the actual value of system, that is the process variable, and the desired value of the system, that is the set point. Set point is the reference input. The controllers are a fundamental part of control engineering and used in all complex control systems. Before we introduce you to various controller in details, it is very essential to know the use of controller in the theory of control system. The important uses of the controller include: the controller improve the steady state accuracy by decreasing the steady state error, and as the steady state accuracy improves, the stability also improves. Controller also help in reducing the unwanted offset produced by the system. Controller can control the maximum overshoot of the system. Next is controller can help in reducing the noise signals produced by the system, and it helps to speed up the slow response of an overdamped system. Different varieties of these controllers are codified within industrial automotive devices such as programmable logic controller and SCADA system. The various type of controller are discussed in details. Classification of controllers. There are three basic modes on which the whole control action take place, which are proportional controllers, integral controllers and derivative controllers. These three types of controllers can be combined into new controllers: PI controllers, PD controllers and PID controllers. We use the combination of these modes to control our system such that the process variables is equal to the set point. Proportional controller, that means P controller. All controller have a specific use case to which they are best suited. We cannot just insert any type of controller at any system and expect a good result. There are certain conditions that must be fulfilled. For a proportional controller, there are two conditions. The deviation should not be large, that is, there should not be a large deviation between the input and output. Another condition is the deviation should not be sudden. The proportional controller produce an output which is proportional to the error signal. So U proportional ET, then Kp is the proportionality constant, then taking Laplace of both sides, then transfer function of Us by Es equal to Kp, where Us is the Laplace transform of actual signal and Et is the Laplace transform of error signal. The proportional controller is used to change the transient response as per the requirement. Application of P controller. Here consider the liquid level system. In this system, the fluid level is directly connected to the control valve. When the level of the liquid rise, the valve close in proportionate amount. This reduce the inflow to the vessel and vice versa. The inverse of proportional again or proportional sensitivity is the proportional band and is defined as the change in the level necessary to the operate the valve through full stroke. Basically, proportional controller is an amplifier with adjustable gain. Now we will explain the proportional controller with unique example. That means consider a block diagram and K is a gain of the system. Here K is called a proportional controller, also called error amplifier. So from this block diagram, define characteristics equation. So characteristic equation is 1 plus Gs into Hs equal to 0. So then this answer is s to the power 3 plus 3s square plus 2s plus k equal to 0. So from this equation, using Routh criteria, then find the range of k. It is implies that for the values of k greater than 6, then the system is unstable. For the value of k equal to 0, then the system is marginally stable. With this example, readers' knowledge about stability and steady state error will also enhance. Now let us discuss some advantages of proportional controller. The proportional controller helps in reducing the steady state error, thus makes the system more stable. And the slow response of the overdamped system can be made faster with the help of this controller. Now there are some serious disadvantages of this controller. Due to the presence of this controller, we get some offset in the system. And proportional controller also increase the maximum overshoot of the system. Derivative controller. We never use derivative controller alone. It should be used in combination with other modes of controller because of its few disadvantages, which are: it never improves the steady state error. It produces saturation effects and also amplify the noise signal produced in the system. The major advantage of a derivative controller is that it improves the transient response of the system. Here consider a block diagram of the derivative controller. So ut equal to kd. So differentiate det by dt. Applying Laplace transform on both sides, then this is us equal to kds es. So transfer function of derivative controller is us by es equal to kds. Here kd is the derivative controller. The derivative controller is used to make the unstable control system into a stable one, and it reduces both the overshoot and the settling time. Integral controller. Here is block diagram are given for integral controller. The integral controller produces an output which is integral of the error signal. Then ut equal to ki integration of et dt. Then taking Laplace transform of both sides, then find the transfer function us by es equal to ki s, where ki is the integral controller. The integral controller is used to decrease the steady state error. Due to their unique ability, integral controllers can return the controlled variable back to the exact set point following a disturbance. That's why these are known as reset controller. Disadvantage of integral controller: it tends to make the system unstable because it responds slowly towards the produced error. Let us now discuss about the combination of basic controller. Proportional derivative controller. The proportional derivative controller produces an output which is the combination of the outputs of proportional and derivative controller. So ut equal to kp et plus kd derivative of this. Then taking Laplace transform of both sides, then transfer function is kp plus kds. The proportional derivative controller is used to improve the stability of the control system without affecting the steady state error. And some effect of PD controller: improve damping and maximum overshoot, reduces rise time and settling time, increase bandwidth, improve gain margin and phase margin, and may attenuate high frequency noise. Similarly, consider a block diagram of unity feedback system. The proportional integral controller produces an output which is the combination of output of this proportional and integral controller. So ut equal to kpet plus ki integration of et dt. Taking Laplace of both sides, then transfer function is us by es equal to kp plus ki by s. The proportional integral controller is used to decrease the steady state error without affecting the stability of the control system. Some effects of PI controller: improves damping and reduces maximum overshoot, and increase rise time, decreases bandwidth, and improves gain margin, phase margin, and peak resonance, and it is filter out high frequency noise. Why do you need a PID controller? A proportional controller Kp will have the effect of reducing the rise time and will reduce but never eliminate the steady state error. And integral controller Ki will have the effect of eliminating the steady state error, but it may make the transient response worse. And the derivative control Kd will have the effect of increasing the stability of the system, reducing the overshoot and improving the transient response, but little effect on rise time. A PD controller could add damping to a system, but the steady state response is not affected. That means steady state error is not eliminated. A PI controller could improve relative stability and eliminate steady state error at the same time, but the settling time is increased. That means system response sluggish. But a PID controller removes steady state error and decreases system settling time while maintaining a reasonable transient response. We consider a block diagram, a unity feedback system. Then the PID controller produces an output which is the combination of output of Kp, Ki and Kd. Then total or summation, then taking Laplace transform of both sides, then transfer function of Us by Es equal to Kp plus Kis plus Kds. The proportional integral derivative controller is used to improve the stability of the control system and decrease the steady state error. A PID controller is the most commonly used feedback controller. A PID controller calculates an error values as the difference between a measured process variable and desired set point. The controller attempts to minimize the error by adjusting the process control input. Application of PID controller. Its control is the most common control algorithm used in industry and has been universally accepted in industrial control. PID temperature controller are applied in industrial oven, plastic injection machinery, hot stamping machinery, and packing industry. Most modern PID controller in industry are implemented in programmable logic controller, that means PLC, or as a panel mounted digital controller. Some effect of PID controllers. Its purpose is to improve stability as well as to decrease steady state error. It adds a pole at origin which increase type of system which result into reduction of steady state error. Today I have completed time domain analysis. The next lecture coming soon on stability analysis by root locus method. Please follow the lectures. Thank you.